Alrighty, we're live, baby. Feeling good after yesterday's session. Had some good feedback from you all, and got some good work done. It was fun. In between that stream and now, kind of finished up all the back end stuff. So all that's left to do for this Discord automation is the front end. So psyched. This might be a good way to basically, if you're not familiar with Gadget, learn how to really quickly prototype a front end. Because if you know the prompts to give to the assistant and you kind of know the platform, you can just absolutely fly and get stuff done really quickly. So let's see, what time is it now? I think it's 2 about. So I'm planning on getting this done by the end of the day, however long that takes. And then probably before I leave today, I'll talk to the support team and get their feedback on the whole app. My goal was to get this first version out by Friday. I beat that by 2 days pretty much if I can get this done today. So feeling really, really good about this tool. See how it goes. Okay, so you can see my Twitch thing. Okay. Don't you love this background? Look at this beautiful background. I love it. I love pixel art. Okay, so so if you weren't there for the last stream, I'm building out this feature, which is basically an upvote feature. Here's how it works up to this point. So basically, let me close this down. This is going to go in Gadget's Discord right now. So specifically, it's going to go into the bugs and the help forums. So like when someone needs help, make a new post, they enter stuff, and then someone needs to respond. So like a little bit behind on all these, which is why we need more automations. But I'm trying to find a good one. Yeah, like here, Kyle's one of the founders, just jumped in and helped out Ollie. And the point of my app is going to be like once Kyle was done with this, he can just go /close or something like that, some command like that. I think right now the command I put is rate, but rate isn't a great keyword. I think close is better because you're closing up the issue. So you go close, and then it says, and then it brings up a little modal or a little button basically, like this one that says like, how did we do today? And then you can rate. Let me zoom in on that a little bit more. Then you can rate like, yeah, it was awesome, or no, my question's not answered yet, or it wasn't a very good answer. And that kind of helps us be a little bit more metrics driven, just because, especially as a team scales, it's so easy for things fall between the cracks, and you might be thinking you're killing it when you're not. Or the other way around, you think, I'm not responding to these quick enough, or my quality isn't there, when in fact people love the service. So you need to have some kind of number to assign to that, and this automation does that for you. And it's like, well, this already exists. Like there's this platform called Mava that is Discord customer support. It has this, but one, it's like $1,000 a month, which is a lot of money, especially for a startup. It's only going to be more expensive as our Discord explodes. And two, it's not totally scalable. We need something that can really, really scale, and Gadget's infrastructure, or a Discord app built on Gadget's infrastructure, can take that load. Mava, not so much. So that's the reason why I'm kind of building this custom thing when there are tools out there already. Also, it's done in a week. It's not that much of an investment, and then it's free forever for the rest of the team. So yeah, that's the case for internal tools. That's kind of our bet here at Gadget, is we're building a bunch of really fast, really good internal tools that we can use to scale really, really quickly. And this is the first of many, hopefully. Yeah. So super psyched. Let's see here. Oh yeah. So just in terms of the flow, what I have so far is like, I need help with, I don't know, with with life, and also Gadget. And then so someone posts this, and this is just a test server, so no one can see this, but someone posts this, and then let's say I'm now the support person. Anyone can run this rate command. You go like that, and my little Discord bot says, okay, how do we do today? This closes out the issue, and then you can thumbs up, and then that's pretty much it in terms of what the user can see. But on the back end, a lot is happening. So here's my database. This is the Gadget platform. I work for Gadget, so obviously I'm going to build this internal tool using Gadget, but it's also like the dopest tool of all time. So you can see when I reloaded the database, it instantly I got this record here, the post that I just created. So that syncs, so that way from Gadget, I can see the posts, and if I go to the rating database, I associate a rating with a specific post. So the 6 was the one that was just created, and that upvote was the upvote that I just created. So that's kind of what I've got so far. It's all the backend stuff. The database is done. All the backend logic has been written. Most of it is actually I can just go to Cursor. So this is my text editor. This is pretty much all the code that I wrote during the stream yesterday. I cleaned it up a little bit after the stream, just because it was looking kind of ugly, but this is the rate feature. So basically it saves it all to the database and all that good stuff. So what else is left is actually pulling that data from the backend and displaying it on the front end, so I can see, okay, Gabe the support man got 3 thumbs up and 4 thumbs down, in the past month or whatever, and that needs to look nice and stuff like that. The users are going to kind of dictate the interface. I'm just going to give it my best shot and then let them kind of tear it apart and tell me what I need to fix about the interface. So that's what I got to do. That's pretty much it. In terms of tool sets, I'm using my development tools. I'm using Cursor with the Vim key bindings. I like Vim a lot, but sometimes you need a little bit of AI and stuff like that. So I think the combination of the Vim key bindings, that's this one right here, and Cursor is a good combo. Makes me go pretty fast. And of course, I'm using the Gadget framework to actually build out this app. All right, that's pretty much it. Let's start building out the front end. So first I'm going to sketch out actually what I want to do. Oops, I just hit the mic. Hopefully you can still hear me. This mic is kind of trash, honestly. Okay, so I really don't know what I want the user interface to look like. Let's sketch it out together. That is not the greatest color combination. Change this to black. There we go. Okay, so there's my window. So what I'm thinking is I need a user. So I've got, it'd be great to have some kind of, okay, so because it's thumb up, thumb down, I should probably just copy what YouTube does in terms of a percentage. So what you could do is have like a big metric where it's like have each person who each Discord, each person on the support team. So like, for example, I don't know, Bob, you have a card for each of them. Bam. This guy's name will be Bilson. And this one's name will be Alice. And it need to be perfect by any stretch. So you got something like that. I don't know, actually. Maybe that's not a good idea to just have it compared like that. Yeah, that's kind of dumb. What if it's like, what if it's like this? Where you have like a, I don't know, something like your percentage. So if you got, so in this case, if you got like, if you got like 5 total reviews, and then 4 of them were like thumbs up, right? Or an upvote. That would be like that 80%, and then this would be kind of a big call out metric, and then you'd have your bar chart, or even just a line graph, where it's like kind of plots your percentage over a series of weeks. Where you're just like, in August you got 60% and so on. That's what I'm thinking. And then you just do that. August, September, October, and so on. November. Okay. I really didn't need to type out all those, but that's over now. So you have a graph, and then maybe, and then you just have like then you have a more fine-grained table where it's like each review. So you get like just copy this. I'm gonna say like thumbs up. That was one of them, and then the users like Bilson 03, and then the post was something like that. This would be upvote, downvote. And then like username. And then like this is the post title. Yeah. So those are the 3 things that should be in the table that's shown to the user. You can do that pretty easily with auto tables. Should be like 10 lines of code. Perfect. Just something like that. Okay, now here's the secret sauce. I've got my awful prototype. Now I'm going to copy to clipboard as PNG. I'm going to head over to Lovable. See if I still have enough free credits to do this, actually. But usually what I do, because Lovable makes the best front ends, it makes trash everything else. It makes pretty trash everything else, but it makes killer front ends. And then I'll just take inspiration from that front end, maybe borrow some code, maybe not, usually not. And then actually build it out in Gadget is the play, because good luck scaling anything using Lovable. You're not going to. I don't care how many enterprise plans they have or what kind of software they show on their pages. It doesn't scale, and we've seen that many times on tech Twitter. At least I have. So yeah, that's usually my play with Lovable is I use it as a vessel for prototyping front ends. See if I have enough credits here. Using the attached screenshot, create a beautiful dashboard that lets a person on the support team view their rating from interactions with customers. Something simple like that. How many credits? It didn't tell you how many credits I have left, I don't think. I'm going to sit down. All right. I find it's kind of funny, but I find just including the word beautiful in your prompt sounds kind of lame, but it actually does a decent job at improving the UI if you include beautiful. I tried doing the same prompt and just saying like create a dashboard and create a beautiful dashboard, and the styling is actually that much better when you just include beautiful. I found other words like modern or clean aren't as good. Personal experience, but see. But yeah, the quality of the code from Lovable is quite poor, just because it doesn't have a framework to work off of. Basically, you need a set of rules. You need a consistent database that the model knows how to interface with, and yeah, they have the Supabase integration, but it has to write the same SQL code every time, I find, and those SQL queries sometimes variable, and you don't want that. You want, if you made the same prompt 4 different times, you want the same outcome, but that's just not the case with Lovable because it doesn't have a consistent framework that it's heavily trained on, an opinionated framework that it's heavily trained on. Like the Gadget Assistant does, and Replic's the worst for this because it has so many different options. Like you can make a Python app, and by trying to be good at all of these different tech stacks, like a Python app, a mobile app, a React web app, it's great at none of them. And so the tool almost becomes unusable unless you're using it as a prototyping tool, which I am. Perfect. Let's take a look at this. Kind of like that. Total reviews. Like that. I don't know whether I'll be able to do average response time and average tickets quite yet. That's kind of out of scope for this feature, but it's fine. This is good. I like that graph. I'm not blown away by it. I don't love the side-by-side view. So I'm just going to prompt it to say remove the response time card and the active tickets cards. Make the support rating trend graph full width and put the recent interactions card below it. Just prompting it to basically stay a little bit more consistent with my rough sketch here. Okay. That was quick. Good enough for right now. I don't mind that. Pretty easy to follow. And the designer, like, I suck at design. I really, really do. Not only at aesthetics, which I do suck at, like making things look nice. I'm not very good at that. I also suck at just kind of empathizing with the user, which is something I really need to work on. But what the designer at Gadget taught me, his name's Mateen. He's an absolute Chad, but like, look at this. This is really, really nice. This is just our landing page. Like, the UI, the Gadget UI itself is even nicer. But what my team taught me is, like, just think about what's that one thing that the user wants to do. Really, really quickly check, and you should make that unbelievably easy. And it's easy to just like overload it with features, but you have to think about what's that one thing. And for me, what I think, and from the user interviews that I had, what seems to be the thing is, what's your average feedback percentage? Like, how well am I doing? And also, is there an upward trend? Those are the two kind of keywords I found. Like, how well am I doing, and am I getting better? Are the two things you want to check. And I think this card, which you can glance at, it tells you how well you're doing. And then the graph says, are you on an upward trend? And the rest is just a little bit extra. Like, if you want to dive into exactly which cards were not helpful or were marked as not helpful or something, you can do that. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to go back over to Gadget. I'm going to start implementing this front end. All right, so routes, invite team, blah, blah. What do I have for signed in right now? I'm going to preview the app. And I'm going to log in. Oh, it's got that purple theme. I don't like that purple theme. Okay, it's just like that. Kind of doesn't look great. Okay. Sign. So this is the signed in page. Okay. Just go like this. And just return nothing for now. Oops. I have to adjust my keyboard here. 1 sec. There we go. Gabe was here. Boom. Reload. Boom. Okay. Everything's good. That's cleaned out. I'm going to change this eventually, but for now it's fine. Okay. So I'm going to see sometimes this works. I can one-shot it with Gadget, and sometimes it does not. So actually, it's better if I just do it right the first time. So I'm going to write some of the code by hand, because like stuff like the computed fields, the assistant doesn't do super well. So I'm going to do that stuff first, and then maybe AI my way to the finish line. All right. It's good. What do I want to do? I want to add I actually kind of want to add the table first, because the data comes from that table. So I'm going to, so first what I need to do though actually is I need to tie a rating back to a specific person. Or maybe I don't, and it's just company wide. That's a question I'm going to ask actually to the team, because I don't know. I don't know whether we should say like this person got this rating or whether it's company wide. I'm going to assume company wide, but it'd be pretty easy to tie it back to an actual user. But let's assume it's just company wide and it's just all ratings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go auto table. Actually, I don't love this editing experience on the browser. I'm going to go over to cursor, and I use so there's this tool called, if you go to the top left corner, GGT, it syncs your Gadget project with your local editor, which is why I can develop using Gadget from my local editor instead of the browser-based one. So I'm going to go over to, what was it called? Signed in. Yep. There it is. It doesn't look like it's synced. I should just be able to that. Rerun GGT. Okay, it pulled signed in, which is a good sign. Go back to cursor. There, okay, signed in. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to go auto table. What's great about Gadget is because the framework is so end-to-end, it does infrastructure like your database all the way up to your front end. You can reference your database tables from the front end, and it'll just render those tables without too much hassle. So I'm going to go, I forget the exact syntax though, so I'm going to have to go to the auto table docs. I think this is them. Auto form, auto button, auto table. Okay, oh yeah, it's just model, and then you pass in the model. So model, and then I want to show the ratings. I'll just go API from, import that from Gadget server. I think, no, yeah, this is the wrong import. This should be import API, and it's from .API. Okay. Oops. It's kind of cramped in this booth, hard to type. Oops, this should be from Butte. Okay, model.rating. Okay. Don't know why it's giving me an error, but just do that return statement for now. What's wrong with you now? Rating manager is not assignable to type. Find Let me see here. Yeah, did it exactly like they told me to. Weird. Wonder if I get the same type error. Super strange. It's taking its sweet time too. What's going on? Holy cow. My goodness, what's going on here? Weird. I don't get the same type error here. The browser-based editor, yeah, which leads me to believe that this is some kind of red herring. Model. Rating. Rating's the right name, right? Yeah, rating. Huh, weird. Let's see if this stupid thing's gonna load now. Bruh, what's going on? Am I getting errors somewhere? No errors. But also no app. So what gives? Sometimes ops can give me some love. What time is it? 38. Internal error. Nothing. This sucks. Try running that again. Let's see. Jeez Louise. Try deploying it. See if that wakes it up. Really not sure what's going on. Should be able to just preview it. Oh well. I'm sure it'll get sorted out. Meanwhile, is there anything else I can do? Probably not. I'll wait for that to deploy. Yeah, just build out that auto table, and then I can take a look at this code. I don't know what graphing library they're using. It's a nice graph. It's a rating chart. Where's that component? Rating chart. Let's take a look. Okay, they're using recharts. Yeah, makes sense. It's a great library. Recharts. Cool. Oh yeah, this is the Chinese one. Super easy to graph stuff though. Man, it's still taking its sweet time. I can't believe that. Maybe that restarting app, hopefully that wakes things up. Oh boy. Come on. Let's see. Still restarting. Let's check the logs. So ran yarn. So it keeps trying to restart the app, which is just a joy. I think that must not, yeah, so it's retried again. There's something wrong here. Don't quite know what. Wonder if there's anything in the gadget. Nothing. Usually if there's an outage, they'll put it in general. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, nothing. Let's take a look. Still retrying. Restart that app. Boy. It's weird. Well, this is programming, kids. A bunch of crazy stuff. All right, let me see if I can fix this. I'm gonna go. Probably just DM one of the gadget team because this is getting out of hand. Try one more time to preview. Still nothing. Dang. Yeah, it looks to be some kind of thing that's broken, which sucks. In all my streams, this has never happened, where it's just not even deploying. Yeah, that failed. Let's check those logs. No results. Ugh. Man. Okay. Weird. Yeah, still nothing. All right, let me see if I can hop on Slack and DM someone. Ugh. All right. I'm going to hop off the stream. I'll hop back on hopefully soon. I guess I'll just go like this. Boom. Okay. Check in infrastructure. See if anything bad's happening. Let's just say my app, Discord app just crashed. I can't preview it, and when I try to reload the app, it goes into a crash loop. Okay. Let me see if this is the case for the rest of the gadget apps. Crazy. Like, I wonder if all my gadget apps are like that. Let me see. Go back up here. Like my finance dashboard. Can I preview that? Well, obviously, yeah, the Shopify one's going to work. Let's see if that'd be an interesting test. It's taking a while. Yeah, taking its sweet time. Gadget might be down. Gadget dev uptime status. Shopify plugin. API writes. Degraded performance. Code editing. API reads. For 9 minutes. Elevated write times. Okay. It's interesting. Let's see if, yeah, this is still loading. So I think we might just be having some real pain here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, they're working on it. Okay. So this is a big trouble town for Gadget. Okay, that makes me feel better at least. At least it's not something I did. I think everything's down right now. It's the way it goes sometimes, especially oftentimes it's the underlying providers that'll crap out on you. Okay. Well, there's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Gonna have to sit in my hands while the infrastructure team keeps on grinding away. So I'll have to fold it up early, unfortunately. It's not the way the stream was supposed to go, but that's all right. Things happen. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully I'll be back on this afternoon. We'll see. Bye.